The next thing that we're going to discuss, and this I'm going to turn over to Diana for a little more detail, is the Handicappers Worksheet, and I guess the online certificate. As easily as you can do this, Diana, please describe to us what the worksheet is and the online certificate. I want to make it clear too, I'm sure she will say, but I will reiterate or say it first, is that the Handicappers Worksheet is a tool for the handicappers. It isn't something that we want to have generally published to all of the sailors. So Diana, would you describe to us, either go through some of it and explain to us the use of the Handicappers Worksheet?
Okay, so I'm going to pop up a screen here. This is the Handicappers Worksheet. Owners, you won't know this, you won't see this, but for our handicappers out there, I know you've seen it a million times, and I'm just going to do real fast because we are running out of time. Anything in this worksheet, and it's available for registered handicappers that have been authorized to get access to it on the web. Anything with a gray box is a drop down, okay? And there's little hints here. Enter specific information into green areas. If it's a green area, you can type in there whatever you want to type. If it's a gray area, it's got a drop down. Same, every class that's rated is in the drop down. Yellow areas are off limits. You're not allowed to touch them. You won't, they're used for calculations. Everything in here is locked. This is your basic ASP calc. So owners, when you fill out your application form, what happens is the handicappers then will use this form if it's a new certificate, or if it's a new class. They have the option of indicating this is a new racer or new certificate, okay? And it gets a little bleep bleep and it tells us that we're going to be making a brand new certificate for this owner. If there's a change, they can do a change on here. However, as soon as they start to type anything in, there will be little warnings coming up, and it will say that you need to go to the OLC website. It's not coming up right now, but I can't remember what what triggers it. So I apologize. But for changes, the handicappers have also access to our online certificate process. And what that is it allows them to look at your certificate, or if you're a handicapper, it's going to give you access to the actual data for each certificate. I'm going to close this. The Handicappers Worksheet basically is used for new classes, new certificates, and for issuing initial assignments. There are multiple tabs on here for handicappers to use. Not going to get into them. It's way too complicated. So I'm going to stop sharing on there, and I'm just going to pop really quickly. And I do apologize that we're doing this as quickly as we are. Oops, sorry. Okay, so this is the online certificate. Your handicappers, as a handicapper, you have access to this if you've been authorized to get access to this. Now, this is actually live data. I've used Brockport Yacht Club as my intended victim here. And I can edit, I can view the certificate, or I can renew the certificate. Let me just screen share this.
Are you gonna show all my mistakes with Brockport? Is this what's gonna happen here?
Oh yeah, I'm showing all your ratings so everybody can yell at you. Okay, so here we are. As a handicapper, there's a login here. You log in, and then under searches and queries, you have my certificates. There's also another access over here under handicappers, and the handicappers, once you log in, you get access to a whole bunch of other tools that you can use, but we're just going to focus here and fast. Okay, so you are able to renew certificates here very quickly. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to hit that. Okay, you can renew a certificate clicking on the buttons, and then you can say, oops, by this little button, renew all the selected certificates. Okay, so right now I've renewed 3 of them, or I've checked to renew, and it'll just go through a process and say, okay, fine. The big thing about this is you can edit a certificate. So I can go in here, I can see all the details for this certificate, who the owner is, their number. Basic address information, you can change that. It gives you the current ratings, boat and sail updates. These are all here, so you can change if this boat is decided to do NFS only. You can change that. You can change the size of the jib, spinnaker, mainsail, etc. I'm going to make a little change because there's one thing in here I wanted to show you. So I'm going to change the LP to 15. Anyways, okay. So once you've made that change, you can go to the bottom. You hit save, and it says, "Uh-oh, no. Spinnaker luff cannot be shorter than the leech." And see, I had to pick one like this. Okay. Okay, so this is where the measurements have been transposed. So I'm going to fix this. Anyways, okay, so we're going to save that. I don't know why this is doing this.
I'm going to add that this is a former president, the boat of a former president of PERF, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to pick a different one because this one is causing me problems, and I don't have the time to look at it because I'm really trying to be time conscious here.
And Bill, I'm just going to say I don't care whose boat it is. They will be treated fairly and without any biases.
There is no question about it.
So I've made a change quickly to that, and it's going to come up hopefully and say everything's fine. Record added. Okay, so what it does is it actually creates a transaction record that's connected to the database and PERF. And it sits in what we call transactions pending. So I've clicked over, and you're going to be able to see any boat that you've made a change to, anything you renewed, so that I can say, oh no, I did that completely wrong. I need to take that out of there before Diane sees it or before Sheena sees it. And this gives you a chance to go back in and fix it. You could edit it. You could just view what's going on, or you can delete this. And I'm going to delete this because this is live data. And I think that's a real quick and dirty intro on that. Okay, Bill?
Okay, that's good. The online certificate is relatively new. I haven't really played with it. As with any other new technology, it's going to take a little bit for each of us to figure out how to use, and kind of looking forward to being able to do it. It's a great improvement. Normally what would have to be done is the worksheet would have to be either printed or made into a PDF or something, so that we could send it into Diana. And this is giving us instant ability to instantly change things if we measure a sail and so on. It doesn't have to go through the email process and so on. We also say that Diana does have a way of checking us. I don't believe it updates immediately. It is something that as the changes come through, the office can look at it and say, this doesn't make any sense. And I've had those emails. So that's great. I mean, some of these sections we could do a whole hour on, and unfortunately, again, we just don't have the time. And I apologize for apologizing all the time for time, but we are trying to get through this. And again, we don't know quite how long things are going to take.